What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of the new Netflix original movie, The Christmas Chronicles 2. This, of course, is a sequel to the very popular original Christmas Chronicles that had Kurt Russell. This, as well, is directed by Chris Columbus. Before we begin, hey, if you like my channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button and comment below on any video that you watch, including this one. So the story of The Christmas Chronicles 2 is a story that takes place about 2 years after the original movie, which saw Teddy and Kate, of course, save Santa Claus, and sees Teddy and Kate and their mother going to Cancun with the mother's now boyfriend, who is played by Tyrese Gibson, and he also has a son named Jack, who Jack was actually in The Witches, the remake, and Kate, who has been kind of the central focal point of the story of the Christmas Chronicles series, she has become a teenager, so the feeling that she has kind of in her heart and her mind is that she feels like the Tyrese Gibson character is going to encroach upon and kind of erase the memory of her father, of the Teddy and Kate's father, who passed away a couple years prior, and she doesn't like that. And so on the other end of the spectrum, we have a character played by Julian Dennison, who plays cynical, who is a kind of outcast elf who is turned into a human, and he is basically so downtrodden and so distraught of Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus that he has hatched a plan to use Kate and Jack as a way of distracting to steal the North Star. And in the process, he sends Jack and Kate to the North Pole, where we meet Mrs. Claus, who's played by Goldie Hawn, and we're reintroduced to Santa Claus, who's played by Kurt Russell. And it basically becomes a venture to stop Barnsnickel from causing chaos, as well as causing, the meltdown of Christmas and so on and so forth. So with the synopsis out of the way, The Christmas Chronicles 2 has a very interesting place in my review situation, and the reason I say that is I've actually never seen the original before I actually before I got the sequel review copy, and it was never a movie that looked that interesting to me. Yeah, Kurt Russell as Santa Claus was an interesting idea. The fact that we have a couple kids that are trying to save Christmas and all that stuff. So it's a very traditional Christmas movie, but it's just not a movie that I really was on board to even watch. So I didn't watch it, unfortunately. And so I got the review copy for the sequel. And you know what? I did a double feature, so I was able to watch the first one and then the second one back to back. And to be fairly honest, the first one's not a good movie. It really isn't. But it's an entertaining one. It has a lot of heart. It has a lot of goofy moments. It's a very traditional Christmas movie with kids who, are very kind of over the top and kind of just overzealous about their ideas of Christmas and the whole idea of them losing their father and stuff like that. So it's a very traditional type of holiday movie. And then I think Kurt Russell does a really nice job as Santa Claus. I think he's having a lot of fun, how he interacts with stuff. But there's so many weirdness moments and stuff like that. It just didn't really connect with me on a personal, I'm going to watch this every type of year type of scenario. So shift 2 years later, shift to the double feature, the second film that's now directed by Chris Columbus. And knowing Chris Columbus and his history of movies and filmmaking in the last few years of him doing not so many great films, I was a little worried that this film was going to be even worse than the original. That using Kate, who's much older, that is going to go into the Santa Claus 2 territory. And for the most part, you can breathe a sigh of relief because this movie is exactly like the first one. It's inoffensive, it's entertaining, but it is poorly written, it's poorly directed. The animation, the CGI is terrible to look at. But once again, Kurt Russell and now Goldie Hawn, they're fun to watch, they're entertaining, they're good spirited, they're having a lot of fun in their roles. And then Kate and, like I said, Jack, who was in the recent remake of The Witches, are doing what kids do in these types of films. They're going above and beyond emotional experience and stuff like that. There's a interesting moment with Kate and a specific character, later on in the movie. And then Julian Dennison is a perfectly fine villain. He's in that same kind of area that Martin Short was in the Santa Claus 3, which this movie kind of reminded me of, where he is an over the top kind of goofy villain, but he has some reason and logic behind him, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense the whole time. And Julian Dennison is one of those characters or one of those actors that I've known since, of course, The Hunt for the Wilder People, who is just a fun person to watch. He's a fun actor, but he is just one of those weirdly odd written villains in a movie like this, but it's the type of character that you expect. This movie, like the original movie, the adults, the Kimberly Williams-Paisley, and of course the Tyrese Gibson characters, they're hardly in the movie. They're kind of like an afterthought. The Teddy character, who was one of the main characters in the original, is kind of an afterthought. He has a girlfriend now. He's kind of doing his own thing. So this is truly Kate and Jack's story. It's very much like the Chronicles of Narnia, where they kind of, a lot of the older characters kind of disappear and the younger characters appear. So, and one more thing before I head out, there is a couple homages to a couple of Chris Columbus's movies, including Gremlins and Home Alone, which I thought was a lot of fun. I thought brought out a little bit of spirit of like what Chris Columbus has been known for doing and so on and so forth. So, but once again, this movie is exactly what you want, exactly what you're hoping for. If you truly love the Christmas Chronicles, if you don't like the Christmas Chronicles, this movie is going to change your opinion. But if you want to have a fun time or a decent time, enjoy the spectacle, enjoy the holiday season of what this movie presents, I think you'll enjoy the movie. So, but that's pretty much all I have to say on the Christmas Chronicles 2. Like I said, thanks to Netflix once again for allowing me to see this early. But let me know in the comments below what you think of this franchise. Do you enjoy it? Do you hate it? Are you middle of the road like I am? What's your favorite character? All the good stuff. So anyways, if you like my channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.